Some of the things that these leaders are doing, and scientists and doctors with medicine, are doing many great things to help cure our minds and our hearts and our brains and our bodies, all in the same selective. We have a hard time communicating the things that we desire and the things we care about because we're so used to being destroyed and never cared for that we wouldn't know what to do if we was cared about, because you leave off the image that we're all hated, we're all disgusting, we're all good for nothing pieces of crap in the planet, and that causes, an infection that causes pain and trauma for people, and some of them don't like being a part of that stuff, so we just move on. It's not like people couldn't come back in our lives. There's no time to family and friendships. There's no just, keeping it counted. It's all, you can keep yourself unlimited with a maximum amount of friends, family, acquaintances, business associates, all kinds of things. But they're doing experiments and they're making medical, even marijuana, legal for 50 states. It's coming along. It's just taking slow because it's the people that are not believing in the system. You're the ones that built the system. If you don't like it, then you can change it. It's not about firing people. It's just about doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're at your jobs. If you're making phone calls or if you're handling customers and they need help with food stamps and paying their bills, then you got the qualifications to look their records up on computers and put the right documents down and put the right signatures and put the right... You know how to do your businesses. You really just shouldn't have a person like myself who's lower than you telling you an opinion on how to do your businesses. Because if that has to happen, then you're already doing things incorrect. And it's not up to me to point out the world's flaws. But I can't succeed if you're not succeeding. If you're not putting your foot forward with action, how can I? It's a team effort. They win football games by a team effort, not one person. Quarterback doesn't win every game. Quarterback is just in charge of who gets the ball. Same with the running back. If you give the ball to the running back, they're not in charge of everything. They're just in charge of the play. You're only in charge of the plays. You're not in charge of the whole game. And if you can't think about that when it applies to real life situations, then you should be questioning things and questioning people's abilities and questioning their questions. Why should you follow everybody else in their demands? Why should you act so bad and get in trouble and go to jails? What does that prove? How does that build a family and relationships and jobs and success? That doesn't prove anything. People are supposed to know this stuff, but they never apply it. You always bump into somebody like me who's willing to bend over backwards for everybody, and you send them to the dust and you send them under the bus. People frame people. It's getting disgusting out here. I've lived through a lot of many things, but this generation is... You just got to chill out, man. Smoke some green or something. Drink some alcohol. Enjoy the buzz, Take a walk around. Don't put yourself around so many people. If you feel like you're doing bad things, cut back on the green. Cut back on the alcohol. If you're mean and don't like the person you are when you're influenced by substances, then slow down. Experiment. Pick what's good for you, not for what's good for everybody else. They're not going to be there at the end of the day when you got to pay bills or when you got to go to sleep. They're there for you every weekend, and every week there's people for all of us. Billions and billions of people. It's not about leaving each other alone. It's about encouraging each other to do better. I know it's hard. We think of a lot of things and we don't understand. I don't know the full picture. My life could be in a different reality than the way I've been treated. People could come back. People could be understanding. People can do a lot of things, But I only see life a certain way, and it's hard for me to bypass that by the actions. I do a lot of studies and a lot of philosophy and a lot of all kinds of things that I put my head into and put my hands in, and If I don't like something, I'm going to speak about it. I'm not going to hold it back, and I'm not going to point fingers. I'm just going to speak about the subjects and remove it from my assets and anything I'm being a part of. The way we treat people that's lands on our shoulders. I'm not telling you what to do with your lives. I'm just opening doors for myself, and if people don't like it, then mosey on over to somebody else. But there's no reason why we all shouldn't be successful in life. If there's so many jobs and so many opportunities like they say there is, then there's no need for jealousy. There's no need for betrayal. There's no need for framing each other. There's no need for stealing each other's relationships. There's so many people out there. Move on. If you don't have somebody, then consider yourself lucky as well. Then you don't have somebody bringing you down with their baggage. Being alone doesn't have to mean a bad thing here in reality. Being alone gets you to open your eyes and see what you really desire and what you like. You know, what makes you is you. Somebody else doesn't make who you are. Somebody else's opinion doesn't matter. You can listen to guidance and what they're saying, and that's fine. But your drive comes from inside. It doesn't come from somebody else. It comes from you as a person. You have to consider that. You got to step back from overthinking things and using the wrong thoughts, because we all get wrong impressions, wrong thoughts, wrong feelings, wrong situations. We're all involved in many psychopathic different things.